In this episode, we're going to learn how movies are made. Plus, we'll look at some famous scenes from some movies and how were they created too. But before we start this episode, let me tell you about Pear AI. Pear AI is a recipe creator that is completely free that can create recipes from just a photo or even a description. Download my app, Pear AI, at kidslearninglab.com/pear. That's kidslearninglab.com/pear. Now, let's learn how movies are made.
Welcome to Kids Learning Lab, a learning podcast made just for kids.
Today, a special movie studio has invited me to go to the studio and learn how movies are made. They are currently making a new movie called Pizza Aliens 2. Let's walk into the studio to meet the director.
Hey there! Today we're working on our movie, Pizza Aliens 2. Do you want to see the studio or just look around?
Hi, I'm actually recording a podcast. We would love it if you could show us how movies are made.
Sure. I think that for the listeners, we could start at the museum heart of the studio. We could learn about the first ever silent movies. And later, I could show you how we make movies by looking at Pizza Aliens 2.
That's a great idea. Let's go to the museum now.
Welcome to our movie museum. Here we have all sorts of artifacts from early movie making.
So what's this big boxy thing here?
Oh, that's the hand crank camera. See this little crank on the side? To film a video long ago, you had to crank this box continuously just to record a video. And it didn't even have sound.
Wait, so the first movies didn't even have sound?
Nope. They were called silent films.
So how did people even know what the actors were saying?
Good question. Actually, actors had to use exaggerated movements and faces so people knew what they were trying to mean. And even though the video was silent, theaters usually had someone playing an instrument in the background. And sometimes, if the actors really needed to say something important, a card with words written on it would pop up on the screen in between scenes. We call those title cards.
Wow, that's cool.
Additionally, the instrument players were usually piano. They didn't practice, and they played by watching the screen and playing scary, happy, or sad music.
It's pretty cool to see how the first movies were silent and now we have 4K theaters.
Who are you?
What? Who are you?
Oh, don't be afraid of him. He's just the museum ghost.
Let me tell you my story. I was a 20th century video narrator. One day I found this rainbow. I could somehow touch it, and after that, I became a ghost. Since that day on, I have been in this museum helping visitors learn more about movies.
So, could you help us learn more about the next kind of movies?
Yes, the next movies after silent films were talkie movies. Talkies were the next big step in movie history. For you listeners, what do you think talkies did?
What do you think? What do you think talkies did? Were they A, you could talk in the theater, B, they had sound, C, other people talked at you, or D, they gave free ice cream during movies?
The answer is B, talkies had sound. Some people were so shocked they thought there was a person behind the screen talking. But talkies still were black and white. There was no color for a long time. But after color was added, there was nothing left to add. So movies have gotten better and better quality until today, where you can watch movies in 4K resolution.
I know, right? It's so cool.
Well, that's it for the museum. Now I believe the director has something to tell you about a specific movie involved.
That's right. Pizza Aliens 2 is just 3 months until release, and I get to show you and the listeners how we made the movie. Welcome to the sound stage. This is where we can film actors if we don't have a set. The screen is green so that when the actors are on it, we can replace the green background with anything from a pizza restaurant. to an alien planet.
So you're saying the alien planet in Pizza Aliens 2 isn't real?
Nope, the planet never existed. Also, every single animation movie you have seen is fake. Of course. Animators spend hundreds of hours drawing every single part of the movie with computers. And even real movies use something called CGI, computer-generated imagery. For example, a superhero flying or a giant dragon might be filmed on a real set or place, but the dragon is probably fake.
Wait, what's that over there on that table? Is that a real pizza? Can I eat it?
That's the prop table. And no, that's not a real pizza. Instead of using real food or computers or TVs, we use props instead. You can touch it. It's just made of foam and paint to look super good. Real food would go stale and melt, and real electronics are too expensive.
And why are there actors with dots on their bodies? What's that? Why are there actors with dots in Pizza Aliens 2?
That is motion capture. For example, the aliens need to move realistically. So we get motion actors that wear these tracking dots on their bodies. They act out the movements of the alien, and we combine those with the virtual movements of the aliens. Then we get realistic alien movement.
Wow, that's cool. So the actor acts out the movements and the computer adds the alien on top.
But we're not done yet. We still have the sound left. A movie is never done unless you add sound. In here, we have Foley artists.
Wait, Foley what?
Foley artists. They make all the sound effects for every movie using things you might not have thought of. They are super smart. Guess what they use for a sound of walking on snow?
What do you think it is? Is it A, a box of cornstarch, B, ice from Alaska, C, walking on deflated balloons, or D, the sound of jumping on smashed ice cream cones?
Of cornstarch. Stepping on it creates a sound of walking on snow. Here's what it would sound like.
That's cool.
Just one last thing on this tour, the editing stage. After a movie is all recorded and created, talented editors have to compile everything, add in sounds, and create credits and transitions. Sometimes it can take longer than filming itself. Just a few famous movies with virtual scenes. Jurassic Park has dinosaurs that were not real. And Avatar had the motion capture actors that created the characters on screen.
Wow, I had no idea making movies was so much work.
I know, right? Thanks for letting me be on the podcast, and I hope you see Pizza Aliens 2 when it comes out.
And thanks for letting me tour the studio. Goodbye. Thanks for listening to Kids Learning Lab. This episode was written, edited, and recorded by me, Ishan. Kids Learning Lab is a production of Kids Learning Lab LLC. For additional credits, check the description of this episode. If you enjoyed this episode about movies, please fill out our quick 1-minute survey at kidslearninglab.com/survey. If you would like to download Pear AI, the recipe creator, for free on the App Store, you can go to kidslearninglab.com/pear. For extra bonus activities and content for this episode, you can sign up for the newsletter by visiting kidslearninglab.com/newsletter. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode, How Waymo and Other Self-Driving Cars Work. Thanks for listening.